I was told by one Rico Beer that this was a very popular song the last time the Lions won a
You know what?
playoff
You're
game.
right. This is what he played at his 40th birthday in 91.
Yeah, this is what my dad would play in the hot tub. He was copulating.
So January.
Oh, no, he didn't have that.
This song was released in September of 91.
Nice.
God help us all.
They won the playoff game January 5th of 1992. So
And
let me
people
go through
played this song all because they had won something finally.
1957.
So here we go.
Here we go. Some of the things that weren't around back when they won. The GPS. The United States Defense Team made it in 1973, but it wasn't available for people until 1993.
Not even a Garmin? Like one of those little televisions you would put in
I remember that.
with the suction cups? Yeah. Oh, my.
It was like an 11-inch monitor.
You literally had to put a toaster oven inside your vehicle with the cups, boom, and it would sit there and just bark instructions at you.
Yeah, apparently it took them a while to put all the satellites that were needed around us so that we can have a GPS system.
All right.
We also have the email wasn't around. It was first invented in 1971, but again, they took time, and then it was accessible in the mid-90s, so just a few years after the Lions won their playoff game.
And
It was
David, at that
available.
point, it was just called electronic mail. Because I remember Professor saying, well, you can send me one of those new electronic mails, but I'd rather you just swing by my office hours.
The facts.
Right. Rico would brown nose in person versus the electronic mail.
It's not as good.
Carry on.
One other thing that everyone uses, they even use this to plagiarize their articles or whatever they have to do in school. But
Hello,
it's called,
Harvard president.
It's called Wikipedia.
Oh.
Didn't launch until 2001, so now everything that is created from kids in school is now plagiarized from Wikipedia.
I
but it
didn't
wasn't
realize
then.
Wikipedia was around in 01. I thought that was a much newer thing. All right.
Let me
Still
get-
looks like it was made then.
Outstanding.
Roberto, you have a few things.
Okay, so imagine this. It's January of 1992.
You're in a silk shirt.
You're talking, you're in a silk shirt. You're talking to your buddy that works at Stratton Oakmont.
Okay.
He says to you, I got a tip on this new thing. It's not going to be out for a couple of years, but you can get on the ground floor. What if I say the words to you, Viagra?
That wasn't around in the 90s?
Not till 1998. Wow. The FDA approves use of the drug Viagra, which treats impotence.
I think we're okay. Thank you.
I think there's a lot of people on Sunday that didn't need that.
Oh,
Well, Kenny, you can't make that hand gesture. Right. I mean, goodness. Continue.
I can't believe it wasn't around, but Kenny still exists. How did that happen?
Oh, all right.
Let's move
Next,
forward.
Next.
Come on.
Keep it going.
Let me get to a few things that did exist but are gone now.
Oh, all right.
Let's start with the Toys R Us.
Rest in
Place-
peace, Jeffrey the giraffe.
Place that kids enjoyed. I loved it when I was a kid, but it is gone.
Heaven.
That was the peak of being 10 or 11 years old and getting, being poor, being allowed to tour
Thank
the video
you.
game
Yes.
aisle, which you couldn't afford anything. Just rows of Nintendo games.
It might have been before everything was behind glass, too. Like, you could just touch things.
Yeah. Hey, here's where society's arrived at. Now they have hairspray under lock and key at pharmacies.
Deodorant.
Hey, can I get a razor? I need a retina scan.
Can I get a manager?
I need that cough syrup. No, you don't.
And while you're at it, can you give me one of those Tide Pods, too? 'Cause I need to wash some clothes.
I'm thirsty.
Christ. Go ahead, David.
All right, I'll give you another one
Yes.
here. Let's go back in time. Let's say it is 1992. And you say to your buddy, what's he going to think when you say, hey, let's head over to the dispensary?
That is, it is fascinating. I don't have a problem with it at all.
They think you're going to the club, right?
But
That's what the new God Club is called. The
can you imagine if you
dispensary.
told somebody in 91, 92 when the Lions won a playoff game? Yeah, just, like Kenny. He was on 17 gummies down there. Can you imagine?
Ah.
Kenny would have been on felony charges in 91.
Yeah, the dispensary. That's where I got my Z Cavarici jeans.
Oh, shout out. Early 90s fashion.
Hey, David, here's one for you. You also know that during 1992, you could have gone to go pick up a VCR from Service Merchandise.
Yes.
Swung by Blockbuster and picked up a VHS tape to go home and watch.
Well, it's funny you say that because Blockbuster, of course, is on this list. And you also have places like the Media Play Store. Remember the Media Play Store?
What about Tower Records?
Ooh.
Tower Records, yes.
Roberto was a big BMG CD club guy.
Oh, wasn't that the best? The Columbia House?
It's like you're speaking a different language. I don't know half of these things. This is not fun.
And well, Kenny, here's the other thing. If I needed to get in contact with Mike or David, I would just send them a page.
Yeah. Columbia House.
There was no cell phones that you could afford.
No
It was big
way.
as a brick. It was big as this.
Or Kenny, here's the thing. If you had them, it was called the nights or weekend plan. You want to lose a friendship? Call somebody during the day.
Are you ready for this? Just a
Or you
couple
were
of
White
notes.
Boy Rick.
Okay, then. All right. Price of things in 91, just
Yes.
to show you differentials
Yes.
here. Postage stamp was 25 cents. Bread, 73 cents a pound. Milk,
Jeez.
$1.29 a half gallon. How about a VCR could set you back $400? Pagers that cost $7 a month. A pager. Like, you know, the last vestiges of that era is the TV show The Wire,
Yes.
where they're all on pagers.
I paid, $8 a month for mine.
Here's the universal pager.
Yeah,
You hold it up to your face.
Rick. Carry on.
So here's another thing that existed back then, but that does not exist now. Nowadays, you can use your phone, your tablet, whatever device you have to read a book. It's called an ebook. But there was a place you would have to go to, sit in the corner, and read a book, and it was called Borders Bookstore.
Yes.
Borders Bookstore.
Borders and Barnes and Noble.
Mhm.
Books,
You would go in
what's that?
there, and
Listen.
you would.
It is the downfall of society that we don't have bookstores anymore.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You can't replace a hard copy. I mean, come on.
All right, so let's flip mine over here a bit. Let's say you're my 17-year-old son,
I shudder at that thought.
and I say to my son, I say, hey, what's he going to think when I say, hey, how about you and I head over to Chi-Chi's?
The ice cream thing.
No, that was the
Yeah.
Mexican food.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they had
no,
the
the-
ice cream, the
The
They had
fried
the fried
ice cream, or whatever
yeah.
it was. And you're like, how are they frying it? It's ice cream. That was like a highfalutin meal in college. That was
We're gonna go over to their Chi-Chi's.
get me some of that queso.
Here's one for you.
Yes.
92. You could go, Roberto, to the record store and get the albums of these new groups.
Oh,
Radiohead,
that's right.
Dr. Dre,
Wow.
The Chronic.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige,
Wow.
the Wu-Tang Clan.
36 chambers.
Yeah.
Yes. And Stone Temple Pilots.
Wow.
All came out. And by the way, you know what they called old school rap back then? It was rap. It was brand new.
Yeah. Now,
There was no old school. You were hearing Tupac is old school nowadays,
Right.
but
now you can buy some no-name goofball mumble rapper who goes by Lil something because everyone's Lil.
Little baby. Little or baby. Or
Yeah.
little baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Pac and Biggie. Still alive.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
they don't exist anymore. You're right.
So, again, let's say I got my son with me. We're going out on the town. I say, listen,
Come on.
before we go out, let's head over. I want to make a stop at Stephen Barry's. What do you say?
Oh, my God. 17 T-shirts for 50 cents.
That lasts for one
Buy one hat, get 12. Here, buy a Michigan hat. We'll give you the other 9 schools in the Big Ten.
I just remember
No,
everything was.
take it. It's free.
I just remember everything was ill-fitting and itchy.
Listen, it was budget clothing for the budget conscious.
Yeah.
And if you were a sports fan, it was a great deal. Now, what do you think their margins were? Of course, the T-shirts had to be 10 cents. But I also, whenever I see Costa wearing his CMU stuff, I feel like he still shops there.
Also, we've all heard the phrase, there's no crying in baseball.
No, that
know what
wasn't
movie that
out
was
yet.
Yeah.
A League of Their Own?
Was not out.
Oh, my God.
Everyone was crying in baseball, is what you're saying?
That's right.
Along
Before
with,
they were told not to.
along with White Man Can't Jump.
Correct.
Stop it. That didn't come out in like 89 or 90?
No.
92.
There was no Bad
Holy.
Boys either. Bad Boys hadn't been released either.
Oh, my Lord.
And Boomerang was not out.
Ooh.
Marcus Darling.
90,
Oh,
yeah, late
man.
92, right? Late 92.
So what this is to really show you is that the joy you're feeling right now, remember how long it really was. Not in your memories, not in your mind, but by the fact that gas was 33 cents a gallon. That's how long it's been.
Yeah, beautiful.
Also, shout out Chi-Chi's, R.I.P.
Let me give you one more.
Sure.
It's 1992. I come up to you, Mike. What are you thinking if I say to you, "Hey, Mike, guess what? I was out. I went on a date with this girl. I got lucky because you know what I did? I swiped right."
There was no Tinder.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
That came out like 5 years ago. You may have missed the mark.
2012. It's 11 years old.
I think you're just so happy to say Tinder.
You know what, Roberto? Let's end it like this. You were going to the movies over and over that summer to try to get the glimpse of Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct.
And listening to End of the
all
Road.
right. That's, you know what, Roberto.
Along with Boys to Men.
That's right.
Hey,
Debut.
why is that guy 6 inches from the movie screen? It's a big theater screen. What's that guy's problem? All right. And that is your Lions playoff time machine.